I'm not going to hold your hand when I tell you this because physically I can't, but you still need to hear this. You're trauma bonding. Yeah, you. Don't be shocked because it's okay. Well, actually, it's not, and that's okay. So let's talk about it. But before we get into the conversation, hello, my beautiful human. I hope you're having a great day, week, month, and year. I've been having a lot of realizations this week, and this is just one of the 50 things I've come to terms with. But that's enough yapping. Let's get into the episode. Take it away, Samara. Have you ever sat with yourself and asked, why don't I have real friends? Not acquaintances, not people you talk to sometimes, not co-workers, but real friendships. People you can just call, people who show up, people who actually know you. Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, really asked yourself that? And not just brushed it off? Because I have. I have been asking myself that for months. And for a long time, I kept giving myself surface level answers. Surface level answers like, I just haven't met my people yet. I've been too busy. I'm a mom. People are weird. Stuff like that. And then I sat down and I got honest with myself. And I realized something. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like it at first. But I needed to hear it. It's not that I can't make friends, because I can. It's how I've been trying to make friends. I've been trying to build friendships through trauma. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, I've been trying to build friendships through trauma. Have you ever met someone and within the first conversation, you're like sharing all these deep personal insights about yourself? And in that moment, you're just like, wow, they get me. Wow, we're so similar. Wow, this actually might be my person. Be honest, have you experienced that before? I have. I'm guilty. And here's a real life example of a time that has happened to me recently, actually. Back in December, because yes, December is still recent, I went to a Party of Two concert. Shout out to Jada and Swim. If you don't know who Party of Two is, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. Anyway, I was at the Party of Two concert and I met a girl there. We were around the same age. And when I say we clicked instantly, I mean instantly. I accidentally bumped into her and turned around and was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, no girl, you are fine. And we just started chit-chatting from there. She offered to buy me a drink, so we walked over to the bar together. We got our drinks. We started laughing, kikiing, talking, vibing. And throughout the concert, I'm enjoying the show, but I'm also talking to her in between. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I think I just made a real friend. But looking back, we weren't building a friendship. We were just trauma bonding. I didn't realize it in the moment. I realized it after, the next day actually. Because at first, it was light. We were joking, laughing, and kikiing, like I said. Like finding similar things that we both enjoy. Joking about our abusive moms. And after the concert, while I was waiting for my Uber, it became deeper, heavier, more personal. And then we just started trauma dumping. And since I've been drinking, I was like, oh my God, me too. And now we're just going back and forth, sharing things that, if we're being honest, we didn't earn from each other yet. Why do we do that? Why do we feel safe telling strangers our deepest experiences, but struggle to build slow connections? Because in that moment, it feels like a connection. It feels real. She even said, I feel like we're going to be really good friends. And I believed it. She left the next morning to go back to where she was from. And we stayed in touch for a few days. Like, hey, I hope you got home safely. Yeah, I did. Thanks for checking in. We should hang out. I'm going to come back to DC to come hang with you. And I was like, yeah, girl, when I get my car, I'm going to come visit you too. And then nothing. No argument, no falling out, no drama. Because we didn't know each other like that. So what the heck were we even going to argue about? It was just silence. Have you experienced that before? Where something just feels intense and then it just disappears? Yeah, me too. I raised my hand. Yeah, me too. Multiple times, actually. And that's when it clicked for me. That's when it clicked. It wasn't just that situation. This was a pattern. And the pattern I'm referring to, I overshare. That's the pattern. I overshare. I've always seen myself as an open book. Like, here's me, take it or leave it. And for a long time, I thought it was a strength. But if I'm being real, that was just from trauma. It came from trauma because back when I was a teenager, I would tell people who I thought were my friends things, private things, personal things, intimate things about myself. And somehow they would end up elsewhere in other people's conversations who I didn't even know or even talk to. Long story short, people were telling my business. Why are you telling people my business? My mindset shifted that day. If I tell everyone myself, no one can expose me. I know you felt like that before. Like you rather overshare than risk being exposed. Someone has to relate to that. Because I know I'm not the only one. And I don't know if you ever heard this song by Childish Gambino called The Power. It's on his Camp album. But in the song he says, I told you something. It was just for you and you told everybody. So I learned to cut out the middleman. Make it all for everybody always. Everybody can't turn around and tell everybody. Everybody already knows. I told them. And oh my God, when 17-year-old me heard that, she embodied that. I lived by that. But now I realize that doesn't build connection. It just makes you exposed. Like recently, I was at work and I was talking to someone, my crush to be exact. I don't even know if I should call him my crush anymore. I don't even think I have a crush on him anymore. Anyway, we were doing a task together. I didn't hear the person coming up behind me. And when I turned around, they were right there and it frightened me. And he asked me, why do you get frightened so easily? And the person had already walked off after this. And I said, just joking, like, I was abused as a child. And his face changed. I saw how uncomfortable he got. And I immediately retracted that statement. And in that moment, it hit me. Not everyone deserves access to your story. Did I instantly regret saying that? Yes. But what's done is done. Like, that wasn't the time to say that. That was not the person to tell that. I clearly made him uncomfortable. And yeah, that moment right there, that was awareness. The look on his face was like my moment of clarity. Like, hey, sometimes your story can make others uncomfortable, or hey, not everyone needs to know that. So let me break this down. Let me break down exactly what trauma bonding is. Trauma bonding feels like connection, but it's not. It's emotional intensity, too fast, too soon. It's kind of like when people say love at first sight and they feel lust towards each other immediately. It's sort of like that, except it's just a friendship. It's shared pain, immediate vulnerability, no foundation. And here's the truth. Intensity is not the same thing as depth. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Intensity is not the same thing as depth. Thank you. Depth takes time, consistency, trust, shared experiences. And when I say shared experiences, I'm not talking trauma. So ask yourself, are your connections deep? Or are they just intense? And be honest with yourself. Because when I look back at my past friendships, all of them ended in similar ways. We just stopped talking. And why? Because once that trauma stopped, there was nothing left to talk about. Or nothing left between us in general. Or once the proximity ended, there was nothing holding it together. So I had to ask myself, what do you actually want? Not what you've been settling for, but what do you actually want? And my answer was, I don't want trauma-based friendships anymore. I want movie nights. I want random phone calls. I want, come over girl, I made food. Or us testing out recipes together, sleepovers, vacations, inside jokes. I want my son to have an adoptive auntie. Like, that's his auntie. Not by blood, but that's his aunt. I want something like that. I want friendships where I can be an adult woman and still feel like a girl. Like, I know you've been seeing those girlhood videos about women's friendships on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I want something like that, something similar to that. And if you've seen those things, do you have that? Or do you want that? Or are you still searching for that? Because that's so real. I want a friendship like Issa and Molly from Insecure, but less toxic. Or like the women from Girlfriends, but less toxic. Like, I know friendships are going to come with arguments and disagreements because that comes with every type of relationship you have in your life. But I want our arguments or disagreements to be like we're sisters, like the type of disagreements I have with my own sisters. I want a sister, not by blood, an adoptive sister. I want to be like, that's my sister, not by blood, but that's still my sister. I even want something similar to Nana and Hachi from Nana. And you don't get that by telling someone your trauma on day one. Granted, even though Hachi dumped her entire life onto Nana the first day they met, that didn't deter Nana because they balanced each other out. Hachi was an open book, and Nana was like a diary with 3 different locks on it. She didn't open up to Hachi immediately. She opened up to her slowly, and that made their friendship deeper. So yeah, now I'm just learning to slow down. I'm learning to lead with vulnerability, to let people earn access to me. Not in a guarded way, of course, in a healthy way. We can laugh first, we can vibe first, we can akihihi first, we can build something light first, and then depth comes naturally. Because real connections don't need to be rushed. So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. Are you building friendships, or are you building over pain? Are you connecting, or are you relating to trauma? Because those are not the same thing. Not at all. You don't need to bleed in front of people for them to stay. The right people will stay because they like you, not just your story. And I had to tell myself that. And I want to be real with you. One last thing. I was one of those people who force connections. Oh my God. Lock me up and throw away the key. I am guilty. I used to force connections. I was so desperate for friendship. So anything that felt like a connection, I held on to it, even if it wasn't real. But now I see it and I'm unlearning it. So take me out of jail right now. Anyway, this is just where I'm at right now. This is where I am. I'm unlearning trauma bonding. I'm learning how to build real friendships slowly, intentionally. And I'll let you know how it goes throughout this whole journey I'm going through. And if you needed a sign to stop oversharing, to stop forcing connections, to stop calling intensity depth, this is it. This is it, you beautiful soul. And if it hit you, or you saw yourself in this, I want to hear from you, because you're not alone in this, not at all. But yeah, that's enough yapping for today. Thank you for listening, you beautiful human. If you want to talk about this, my Instagram is linked down below. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Take it away, Samara.